the show that helps you have a voice, real moms sharing the unedited truth and finding joy in the chaos and reminding each other we're in this together. So we jumped right in last time to infertility and kind of how my journey started with being a mom. This time I'm just gonna tell you a little bit more about me, and then we'll talk about pregnancy reveals and first trimester and how that goes. So first of all, just a little more about me. Um, I would love if anyone that feels like they can't share their story, that feels like, they want their story heard, but they just aren't up to doing that themselves, you can definitely reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to share your story for you. I feel like there is a lot of power in sharing your story and being heard. So I want everyone to have that opportunity. A little bit more about me. I just want everyone to be aware that I am very sarcastic. I like to joke around. I like to have fun, but I'm also very honest. I am very trustworthy and I'm very driven. Um, I do curse sometimes, so if that happens in these episodes, I apologize. I'm not trying to offend anyone. That is just my language and how I talk. But I want to make that clear that not ever trying to make anybody upset or offended or anything like that. That's just, like I said, how I speak. Also, want to make it very clear that this episode, previous episodes, and future episodes are not affiliated with my job at all. Not the opinions of that company or anyone I work with. This is purely for me, um, and I am using it as an outlet and to hopefully connect with other moms out there as well. So let's talk about pregnancy reveals. I feel like I've seen the cutest pregnancy reveals when people are telling their spouses when they find out they're pregnant. I took two, two or three pregnancy tests, I do believe, when I was at work because I had picked them up on my way there, and I I took one in the bathroom and I was like, there's no way. So I went and grabbed the other two, went back, and took them on my break, and they both were positive as well. And so what did I do? I didn't do anything cute for my husband. Nope, I screenshotted. I just took a picture of those and sent them all off. So he didn't he didn't get that cute reveal for something that we had been trying so hard for. He was obviously super happy, but I do love those pregnancy reveals, and if anyone has any really cute, creative ideas that they've done before, I'd love to hear about them. But mine was not that. We were just super excited when I got home that night, and obviously we are just very happy that was the case. And I talked to my primary care provider right away, who was very helpful in getting that process started. Um, we did reveal it to my family, kind of one by one. Everybody's kind of spread out. So I tried to tell everybody individually. Since my dad is closest to us, we were able to do something fun for him. So my husband and I, we got a bun, and when we went over to his house just for a visit, and we stuck it in his oven while we were walking around, and then I was like, Dad, I put something in the oven for you, and he pulls it out, and he's like, oh, a roll, a croissant. Like, I mean, he came up with every name in possible for a piece of bread other than a bun. So we had to hint to it, and then he was obviously super excited. But we did try to do something cute for other people. But I swear that man could not come up with bun to save his life. It was pretty funny. Um, and then yeah, so the rest of the family just kind of tried to tell individually after we got the ultrasound pics. The first ones I told like the people closest to me, and then um, my family as well. So we just sent them, like the ultrasound pic with that. Um, for first trimester, that trimester is very interesting. I feel like I was still in disbelief that it was actually true, but it was also a very hard transition for me because I did have extra precautions just with, my previous history with miscarriages and really just having fertility issues in general. We tried to really be careful, and I'm a very active person. I do not like people doing things for me. I don't want you to hold the door open for me. I don't want you to go do everything for me. Um, and so it was really hard to just like put myself on those weight restrictions and not lift things and not do all of the things I'm really used to. So that was really hard, through the first trimester, but the entire pregnancy itself. I don't know if anyone else is like that. I know some people are like, here, take it, do everything. I am not that human. Please don't. I love doing things. I love being involved in things, and I love learning new things. So that was really difficult. The fatigue was insane. Um, Once I met my husband, I actually started sleeping really well, just in general, because I just felt comfort being with him, and just after having a pretty strenuous life before him, um, it was just nice to relax. So I had an easier time just going to sleep in general. But then the fatigue, that first trimester was insane. I've never been able to like sleep in a chair or, just take a nap. And I swear, every opportunity I got, that's what I was doing. So that was pretty rough, and nothing really helped with that. I always take my vitamins like I should and was doing all those things, but nothing really helped. The food aversions, oh my goodness, that was terrible. Chicken. Chicken's my thing. I still can't even look at it half the time. It has to be like fake chicken. I can't do like cut up chicken with tendons and everything in it. It's just not for me anymore. I can eat it now. Before I couldn't even look about it, hear about it, and I'd be gagging. Um, I was obsessed with watermelon for the first trimester too. Um, just that's like all I ate for a couple weeks. My husband's like, we should probably, eat some other things too. So he helped get some protein in my system and everything, which was good. But I literally could only eat certain things, and those things only sounded good for a short amount of time. Before I was over it. I don't know if anyone else was like that, but the food aversions were insane, and I don't have very good smell. And I could smell everything, and it was terrible. I gained the most weight in the first trimester than I did for the whole rest of the pregnancy. That's where I gained most of my weight, and that sucked. Um, Another thing I found really interesting is because I know everyone says your breasts change. Well, they do. The areolas get super dark. I felt like they got super big. Now my right breast is a lot bigger than my left one. I just everything changes about them, and they become really sore and painful. And I just remember, my husband ended up buying me really good sports bras because if not, like they were just so painful. So the breast changes were pretty crazy for um, the first trimester as well. Emotion wise, I feel like I did pretty good. I was a little agitated in the beginning, but that's not necessarily new in general for me sometimes. Sometimes that's just the hormones I feel like in general. But really I wanted to cry a lot, and that eventually got better. But the first trimester I felt like was the worst. Like everything just made me want to cry. Like I dropped something, cry. It just the emotions were insane. Um, and then I know a lot of people say that they have issues with like constipation and stuff. I didn't have any of those issues. I know that a lot of people eat like dates and dried fruits and stuff to try to help with that. I personally had none of those issues, which was super nice, not to have any of that. But I'd say definitely hands down, first trimester, worst thing was the food aversions. I'd really like everyone to reach out to like what was your experience? Did you have any symptoms at all? Did those come later for you? Really, how did that how did that first trimester go for you? I know personally, since we had waited so long and we were trying to get pregnant, I just remember being so scared for that first trimester, just for it to be over. I remember just thinking if we can make it to 20 weeks, into the second trimester and everything, that we would be safe. And I just remember every day was so scary. If I even got like a little cramp or, um, you know, felt anything, any pain at all, I was just so worried that I was, gonna have another miscarriage, and so it was a lot of stress as well. And I'm very lucky to have my husband and for him to be as supportive as he is. Um, I really would like to hear from everybody else as well. What were your experiences? I want to hear those cute pregnancy reveals and your um how your first trimester went and how that went, especially with people that have multiples. I'm very interested to see how that goes for people that have, multiple kids, older, younger. I want to hear all the stories. So definitely reach out. We're gonna have some giveaways over the next couple weeks. And tomorrow is my first day back at work, so I'll be putting out some short episodes as well, about how that goes being a working mom as well. Um, Once again, you can reach out to me anytime. I am on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and I have my own website, www.geriatric-mom.com. You can reach out anytime, and just thanks for listening, and make sure to follow and share my posts.